Okay. Hi, guys, all my pals and all my friends out there. We're back on a sit with me. So basically, in this episode, we're going to be talking about, tons of skills in life. And what I mean by skills in life is I don't know how I'm going to exactly explain this, but resources. That's what we'll call it, resources. Anyway, I'm also doing my homework at the same exact time, so, bear with us, sister. I did it. I knew it was the right one. Okay. So, really, mainly what I want to talk about is that I feel like maybe productivity and just life and stuff and how that can all go hand in hand. I feel like for years we've always kind of seen, you study this way, you study that way, and that's pretty much it. You have flashcards, you write it down a million times, that's how you study type of situation. And kind of the same, you get an office job at some corporation, you become some big business success person, and then you're gold, you're good. Store expenses. Okay, what is it? That was, because that's 11? I got it again. And I feel like tons of people have always made a stereotype, but not really even a stereotype, more of a social, how do I say this? Pressure, a social norm, acceptability for, going in and getting this office job and working these long, maybe insane hours and getting paid this really nice salary, okay, and doing this and that. And I also feel like only really just not talking to each other, but doing the work. Now we're finally talking about collaboration, which is amazing, but really when we think about it, we've just only started talking about collaboration and innovation and all these other things with productivity. And I feel like, we have the technology, so then we can literally talk to somebody, be in the same exact room, not even a foot away from each other, but do it in a way where we can also talk to people around the world, at the same exact time around the universe. It's amazing. And I feel like now we really see it coming into play. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like now we finally see it coming into play. Now we're actually finally talking about it, which is amazing. But still, I feel like, in school sometimes we don't, talk enough about it, or we don't talk at all about it. And no, it's not the administrator's fault all the time, and even when you're in a nice school district, it's the same type of deal, you don't always have the best, you may not always have the best resources for yourself, but sometimes you may just learn how to do STEM naturally out of necessity. And you might have all the resources in the world, but your teachers teach it to you and you don't get it. I get that. I also feel like, no, you can't spend all day, okay, on legit talking about ways to be productive and stuff, which I get, I know, I understand. Oh my gosh. No. You know, but we do need to talk about it more. We do need to talk about, you know, what we make acceptable more often in society and what we expect out of things. And I feel like, well, for some of you listening, you are like, okay, where are we going with this? Others of you are probably somewhat lost. But I mean, what I mean by this is that there's just not enough information out in the world about how you don't need all this fancy stuff to make amazing things. And that does not just happen, you know, here or there. That does not just happen in schools, okay? That does not just happen where we're trying to equal the playing field for everyone, okay? I mean, look, I want to help and support everyone to getting the best education possible, like the next person. But all of us know that no one is ever going to have an equal opportunity in education. And that could be poor kid to rich kid, where the poor kid does better than the rich kid. Or vice versa, the way we usually think. Because one has to work harder than the other. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're poor, you're rich, you're in middle class, you're in upper middle class, or lower middle class. Honestly, if you work your butt off and you are good at what you do and you're smart and you know how to see things and look at things in business, sometimes you don't even need a college degree to have tons and tons of money. You know, sometimes you just go off and learn your trade and you do it so amazingly that you're good, you know? You're set for life. You're so good. And you know, because that's just like the way that the cookie crumbles, you know? The destiny that the universe has for all of us are different, and that we need to also, you know, do different things in life, take different paths, and that means for some of us going to college. That means for other of us going to, sorry, my mom's speaking in the background and it's really annoying, so excuse her for doing this. And other things. So anyway, like I was saying, is that honestly at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you started. Okay? I mean, yes, it does, but it only really reflects, you know, who you are. You know, not everyone has to go to college. They don't. Some people need to go to college to get their degree in what they want to do. But don't feel pressured to go to college just because everyone's telling you to go to college. Don't go to college if you don't need to go to college. Don't go to college if you don't want to go to college. Because chances are you don't need to go to college if you don't want to either way. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, you know? And, well, yes, people have been more accepting of, okay, yeah, you don't need to go to college, blah, 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 okay, this, that, and the other. There is still a social bias there, you know? There is still a whole entire thing, you know, just there in life, okay? And the same thing happens on YouTube. if you haven't noticed, okay? Now, y'all are like, what is she talking about now? For real, probably. But just listen. What I mean by that is that everyone, like, on YouTube always has these videos on, like, how to be a YouTuber and how to do this and how to do that. And it's awesome and it's amazing that they have that stuff. But, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, not every creator gives all their advice on one video. They give it throughout videos because that's how life works. You know, the advice comes to your head when it comes to your head. And, you know, you probably wish you watched, you know, that, like, how to be a YouTuber video, knowing that. But seriously, as a creator, I know that in life, like, you're going to have moments as a creator where it's just like, oh, yeah, that should have been on this, but, like, I just said it now. I'm not making another one of that because that wouldn't make any sense. And that's the literal exact reason why I have this whole entire, you know, series going on. Because it's not the creator's fault for not giving you all their best advice and all their newest advice and all of the stuff that they wish they knew, like, on a daily basis in how-to videos. Because, to be honest, it's hard to get words out, and to plan a how to be a YouTube video, like a YouTuber video, or how to be a novelist video, is one, crazy hard, and it's already crazy hard to talk about it in just one video. You can never just sum one thing up in one video. Like, no matter how hard you try, like, it's just not gonna happen. So, like, don't, okay? Like, safely, like, say sayonara to that, because that's not how it works, okay? I mean, seriously. You can, like, do so many things, though, when it comes to video editing and writing and design. But, like, you'll never know them from just looking at YouTube videos. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay? Okay, you know, like, you don't have to use some app that costs, like, money. So then you can say, oh yeah, it's good because this person suggested it, I trust them, and it costs this much, so I know it's good. You don't need to, okay? It's amazing that you're listening to people's advice. It is. But, you know, just because your favorite creator out there suggested that you do, you know, that you use this app doesn't mean that you can, should, or might want to use that app. It really depends on what you're doing. You know, that's my whole entire thing. You know, I've always gone to my favorite YouTubers looking at how to be a YouTuber, and, like, I've always wanted to be a fandom channel. In all reality, that has always been kind of my thing. And while I may have not have always kind of known it, it's just, it's so painstakingly obvious now. It's like, so, you know, but, like, that's just the way it is. You know, your favorite YouTuber might be a vlogger, and they may be giving you some bomb advice for, like, good cameras and stuff, okay, and good editing apps. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Okay, some of the best editing apps out there are free with a premium membership that you can get, or a VIP membership that you can get. And they have these extra features for them that eventually, if you want to buy, you can buy, but they're good without it anyway. They're amazing without it anyway. One of those is Vlogstar. It is free. Everyone can get it. Okay, there are some things that are only allowed for like VIP members. And yes, I edit with Vlogstar. No, this is not sponsored. But in my honest advice, I've made elaborate videos with all of the video apps that I have on my phone. And I never get rid of any single editing app I've ever had that has served me well, because I can make an elaborate video, edit, and comic dub with all of them, and I can make one with one of them. It's about using your resources and learning that you do not always need some premium membership or to pay like $1.99 or like $20 a month for this app, when there are so many better apps maybe out there for the thing that you're doing. And also, I don't know, not to mention that, you know, putting apps together, you'll get certain features that other apps don't have. And your stuff that you put together, it will be elaborate. It will be amazing. Okay, you know, I feel like people look the other way when it comes to some of these amazing editing apps, okay? Like, I have TikTok editing apps. I have, like, animation editing apps on my phone and on my computer and on my iPad. And you're wondering, why do you have animation? You don't do animation. Like, I mean, you said you were learning to do animation once. Are you still? Well, no, not exactly, but I still use those things in my own edits and in my own comic dubs. I do. Maybe not all the time, but it's there when I need it, and it's there when I feel like doing something different, or, you know, for tons and tons of things, like Instagram Story. Amazing app that you can use for Instagram, totally yes. But I've used it for making all of the, almost all of my edits when I was younger as a channel. It's an amazing app, seriously. Like, work with what you have. Work with your budget. You don't need to go out here and get the newest and the latest and the greatest, best editing app out there, okay? That stuff is lies. It's crap, okay? We don't do that here, okay? And honestly, it's like, I'm just gonna tell you right now that I'm pretty sure we have all been the victim to doing that once or twice, okay? To have been buying something that we might not necessarily use or actually like or anything, just because somebody said it was good for, you know, putting their videos together. And we haven't necessarily always thought about what they're doing and what we're doing. Okay? And it comes up in games and apps all the time as well, too. You know? Like, work with what you have. Okay? If you're being, like, if you're on the younger side and you're living at home, you know, under your parents' roof, like, under your parents' roof, as in, like, you know, minor or something, parents still pay for everything for you. Like, do you know you don't have to go buying these apps or begging your parents to buy these apps for you? And I'm going to be quite frank with you. Some of the best editing apps don't cost a single dime or penny. Okay? They don't. So, basically, what I'm saying is work with what you've got around you, because there are so many amazing tools and apps and resources that we all have in the palm of our hand, basically, that don't even cost anything. They really don't. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. You know, it's great that some people have PicMonkey and this stuff to do, you know, their whatever it's gonna be called, you know, I don't know, thumbnails, okay? But what I'm basically telling you is you don't need to get PicMonkey just because everyone else is getting PicMonkey, okay? Personally, I make my own thumbnails because I'm really artistic, and I also don't, you know, use PicMonkey to upload them. I use YouTube Studio, which is amazing because it keeps everything for YouTube organized, including your comments and stuff, along with analytics and suggestions. And if you ever want to know if there's a change in the YouTube algorithm, it is literally right on there. Like, they will give you updates on the app and tell you things day by day, little by little, rather than you just getting some email randomly and you're not seeing it because it's in another pile of tons of emails. So, I mean, personally, I swear by that now. And no, you don't have to. But I'm just saying, it is free, it is good, and that is it. So, don't, like, waste your time and money trying to go get what everyone else seems to be using all the time. Go put in the effort and look on the App Store. You know, do a deep search on the App Store and find the best editing app for you. And when you need something, like this or that, TikTok style or that style, go and look for an app like that too. And if they work, and if you like them, and if they're good, keep them. That's it, period. You will, like, literally, I'm telling you, it'll save you so much time and so much trouble throughout the years, and having multiple resources will make the editing process even faster than only having one. So, that's it, period. No cap, just being truthfully honest, and that's basically all I have to tell you. You know, there's more than one way to be productive, and there's more than 1,000 ways to get a video on YouTube done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time on Hope Loves Talks.